Hello, my name is Paula Anderson, and we're going to have a short lesson on time management. Now, one of the benefits of time management is making sure that you can balance the things that you need to do on a day-to-day basis. So, we're going to go over your weekly calendar. We're going to talk about scheduling meetings and appointments. We're going to cover white space, handling projects, and then what are some of those barriers that you have for time management. Now, whether you are a millennial or a Generation X, it depends on how you want to maintain your weekly calendar. So you may want to have a hard copy, such as a day planner. You may want to have a written task list, or you may want to have a to-do list. Or you may want to use your phone in order to schedule your weekly events or activities. But you also want to make sure that you leave some time for unplanned events. I'm going to talk a little bit more about that when we go over white space. But the thing is that when you put things in writing, of course, they're more likely to become a reality. So if you're trying to plan out what you want to do for the week, you can look back over the course of the week and you can see how productive you were when you write things down in your calendar. And again, that can be a hard copy or electronic. Scheduling meetings. Now, if you're working a job that requires you to use a lot of your mental energy, then of course you want to schedule those meetings during high energy levels. You want to make sure that you are doing things when you're most productive, depending on what time of day it is. Now, it could be early in the morning and it could be late in the afternoon, or it could be at night, but you want to make sure that you set aside the time that you need to use most of your mental energy so that you can tackle those things. Now, I mentioned white space. So, white space is being able to have time for your family. Um, of course, if someone calls and they need to speak with you, you want to be able to acknowledge that call, even if you're not able to talk to them for an extended period of time. You still want to acknowledge that call. You want to make time for your friends. So sometimes your friends are individuals that you need to pencil in, so to speak. So you want to make sure that you account for your friendships and then unexpected emergencies. So you don't want to schedule your time where every minute of the day you're doing something. So you want to leave some time for unexpected emergencies, and that will be considered as white space. Now, if you're handling projects, so a project has a life cycle, so it's not going to be something that's going to be continuous. It's going to have an end period. So you want to manage your projects. So first off, you want to develop a system. So what times are you most productive? Again, going back to if you're working on something that requires a lot of your mental energy, what time do you need to work on that? What times are you most creative? I'm a creative person, so if I'm going to be writing something, then I need to be writing early in the day, or I need to wait on the weekend when my mental energy has not been used as much. What daily routines do you follow to complete tasks and assignments? So, what are you doing on a day to day basis to make sure that what you're doing is working? And sometimes you have to readjust those routines to make sure that you're meeting your goals and you're accomplishing things that you want to accomplish. Now, time management barriers. Now, we work day to day, but there are some distractions that we can have. So, one distraction is going to be email. So, if you have multiple email accounts, like I do, then what I try to do is I try to respond to those emails on the day that I'm working on that particular project or whatever it is. So I'll just reserve those emails until I'm working on that so that I can be focused on that. Social media. Now we use social media to communicate, so it is one of our communication channels in our daily lives, but sometimes it can be a distraction, especially if you're using social media while you're at work and if you're always online. So you may have to just set aside maybe an hour or two that you're going to check your social media accounts. One thing that I do is I only post content on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Those are my content post days. Tuesdays and Thursdays, I don't post content as relates to my businesses because that's my downtime in between social media. And then the picture of your living room. So if you are working from home, then of course your home can be a distraction depending on how your home is set up, whether you have an area that's designated as an office where you can actually leave the living room or the kitchen and go into a room that is designated as my office. And so if you don't have that, then it's difficult for you to separate between what is work and what is play and what is, leisure. So we'll make sure that you have a dedicated office. Now, if this were a live presentation, then I would ask for questions and answers, but this is a recording. So if you do have any questions, you can contact me through my website, which is paulaandersononline.net. That's paulaandersononline.net. We can set up a time for me to go over with you how to manage your time and some tools that you would need to develop in order to have good time management. Now, here are some reference videos that I'm going to include as a part of this recording because it's going to be posted on my YouTube channel. And you can look at these and get a few more suggestions and tips on how to manage your time.